Alright. So what's your name?
Festus.
Festus?
Yeah, Festus.
You from out in Harlem?
No, born in Africa, but I was raised in Brooklyn, Flatbush.
Alright. So how you find out about the how you find out about the Bible?
Lovely, man. Every time I come, you help make my day. Hey, somebody. Have a good evening.
Through music, through one of my peers that I used to cut his hair. I used to cut hair too for a living. Neighborhood, through the lingo and area when I hear other people speak. Through my god brother.
So through that, what have you learned? Like what is your idea of what we do?
To acknowledge yourself, to prove yourself, that the little man is God himself, to make yourself a better person.
Yeah, I mean, that's the some of those is the things that we do, but one thing that's real key is, not just the effect that we have on you, right, in terms of you learning about yourself, but, when you, take that title or that name, whatever, for yourself, right, that you gotta live that out. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, when they say somebody's evil in the community, it's pretty concrete what they mean. They're causing trouble around here. You know what I'm saying? When they say somebody's evil, it's never somebody that just go to work and come home. You see, sometimes why that evil end up prevailing in the community is because the righteous people don't do nothing. The righteous people just go to work and go home. And they don't come out and, have no impact on the people. So, the community starts to deteriorate. If the people with the knowledge just use it as a kind of salvation for themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So, I don't know if that's one of the things that you picked up on, about the 5%. It's not just about, having the knowledge itself, but it's about teaching the knowledge itself so that, as a community, we can be one mind, right? And then if we can be one mind, we can be one body. And if we can be one body, then we can take collective action, which is, at the heart of what we're saying when we say the black man is God and the black woman is earth, is that there's no outside force that's impacting what's happening around us right now. You know what I'm saying? There's not an outside force that's causing it to happen, right? And it's not an outside force that's gonna stop it from happening. You understand what I mean? Or change what's happening from positive to negative. That's gonna be something that comes from the people, right? And them having a certain amount of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding about their situation. So, even if you deal with any religion, right? However the people get saved in that religion, it's always somebody that's born amongst those people. You know what I'm saying? A real person who's in that condition with them and is one of them, and come up with a solution to get them out of it. You see what I'm saying? So
I don't understand that part, you see.
what I'm saying is that Moses was a Jew. You know what I'm saying? Harriet Tubman was a slave. You know what I'm saying? What's my man name? I was just watching a video about him the other day. My man from Congo, that he got killed, Patrice Lumumba. He's from Congo. You understand what I'm saying? It's not gonna be like Tarzan with some white motherfucker that we don't even know who he is come and save us. You understand what I'm saying? So, and it's definitely not gonna be no Holy Ghost or no Holy Spirits.
Basically, got to save ourselves.
We gotta save ourselves. You see what I mean? So, and that's why we deal with knowledge. You know what I mean? Because in order for you to, like, just like that right there, we gotta know who we are. We gotta know the power that we have to save ourselves. If we don't think we got the power to do it, then we don't have the power to do it. Right? Just from the jump. So that's why you gotta have the knowledge of who you are in any situation. Right? Meaning, like, let's say you said you used to cut hair, right? So you got a job in the barbershop, right? But you gotta know that you a barber. You know what I mean? What if you just sweeping hair? You know what I mean? Or, you know, what if you doing some, you know what I mean? You gotta know who you are, and that tells you everything. So now if you get to work and you're supposed to be sweeping the floor, but you came with clippers, you're not prepared. You understand what I'm saying? And vice versa. You see what I mean? So that's the same thing. We come out here in the world and we're not prepared, right, for the fact that other people got their ideas set and they want mine, right? So when they come to the table, right, they already know what their goal is, right? Whereas, you know, you coming in not even knowing who you are in this interaction. You see what I'm saying?
Understood.
So we deal with the science of that. You know, the science of mathematics, supreme mathematics. You know, that's the blueprint of everything that's going on. You know, that's the blueprint of ideas going from an idea to something that has weight and take up space. You understand what I'm saying? You know, for it to be manifested, you know, it's got to come from knowledge, you know what I'm saying, which is an idea. It's got to be wisdom. It's got to be put into activation. You understand what I mean? You know, all of these is different steps that anything got to go through in order to be you know, manifested into reality. You know, the thing is, we live in societies, right? So right now, we live in a society where, you know, according to our teachers, right? You know, Yakub already had the idea. You understand what I'm saying? You know, in the year 8,400, he already had the idea and he gave it to his people, and his people is living it out right now. You see what I'm saying? Meaning, like, look, let me simplify it, right? You said your background, your people was from Africa, right? See, what I'm saying is that when Henry the Navigator and all the rest of these cats showed up in Africa, they knew what they wanted. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, they was already on the program. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas the brothers, they didn't even know what these people had. Like, we traded, what's that? You don't know where y'all from or none of this stuff. Y'all know anything about it. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is, because you don't have a plan when you get into it, you fell right into their plan. You see what I'm saying? And now they plan is going at 100%. Now, the only way to combat that, you know, that's just one example, right? But it's happened over and over, you know, even right now in America, right? People, you know, you gotta make different deals, you know what I'm saying? Like with the, you know, we had the C-19 and all that, you know, with people, you know, you gotta take the shots and all that, you know, you constantly, you going into this, you know, with these people that they know what they doing.
They got their agenda.
And yeah, and you don't even really know what you're dealing with. And you gotta make a lifetime decision right here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why we deal with knowledge of self and knowing the science of mathematics, because now with the science of mathematics, you know, which is our teachings. You know, some people get it confused and think 120 lessons is our teachings. But see, when you have the science of mathematics, right, I can see the relationship between these different situations. You know what I mean? Like, see, with mathematics, I could measure this door right here and tell you, you know, right now this door is in this frame. I can tell you what other frame this door could fit in. You understand what I'm saying? Or, you know, when you go through, you know, even it's the science of cutting hair, you know what I mean? It's the, you gotta make it even, you gotta do the line, there's a certain way that you go about it, especially if you're making money, so you can be systematic. You know what I mean? You don't wanna be, oh shit, I forgot to do that and all of that. You see what I mean? You got a blueprint by the way you're doing things, right? And so now I can use that blueprint no matter who the person comes in, maybe, hey, whoever the person is, or if I get a job at another shop, I got my blueprint. You see what I'm saying? Because you can use this blueprint to see what is the relationship between these two things, even though they might seem different to the naked eye, right? But you can tell if they the same thing through the mathematics, right? Like you might see something that's huge, 100 feet, right? And then you might see something that's 1 inch. But you know the mathematics and the geometry of a triangle, so you can tell both of them are still triangles. You see what I'm saying? That's how the science of mathematics, that's why we study 120 lessons, right? Because the 120 lessons, it gives you different scenarios of when positive people, negative people, people who know, people who don't know, all these different scenarios, when these people mix together, what happened? You know what I'm saying? How did righteous people handle the situation? How did unrighteous people handle the situation? How did people with proper knowledge handle the situation? How did people who didn't understand what they was dealing with deal with the situation? You see what I'm saying? And then now that you got the mathematics and you get in a situation today where you see that, okay, these is all the same players right here. You understand what I'm saying? You trying to do the same interaction that happened at another time, because, you know, a lot of things that's happening to us, right, is systematic, meaning, you know, they got this shit perfected because they've been practicing for 1,000 years. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, like for instance, in America, we had the crack epidemic, you know what I'm saying? But see, they didn't do shit like that to other people. You know what I mean? They didn't have the opium wars in China and all the type of shit. So they already, you know, they perfected the science. They already re-educated people all over the world. You know what I'm saying? From, you know, Africa, you know, they done made them go to school and taught them all type of shit. The Aborigines, Chinese, all type of people that they went over there and taught them whatever they were. So there's certain things that's just a blueprint now that they can just apply, right? But if you never catch on, right, to seeing that this is what they're doing, right, and you don't have the knowledge yourself to say, okay, I know how to react to this. You know, I know how to remain myself in this atmosphere, because we not withdrawing from society. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, 5%, you see us in all walks of life, you know, all around you. You know what I'm saying? We're not hiding, you know, but at the same time, it's, you know, we not, you know, so blended in. We're not so blended in that, you know, you can't tell that we not a part of this right here still. You know what I mean? Like how they say in the Bible, you know, we in it, but we not of it. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, just in general, you know, that's some of the basics of our teaching, you know, and how it works. You know what I mean? You at an older age, right? You gotta focus more on learning. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, you know, see, for me, I was 15. So, you know, your mind is, you know, you're already in that stage, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, at that time, everything that was going on, you know, it was like, you know, the amount of dedication that you could have to it, right? Number one, because the time you put into it and the energy you put into it is going to shape and mold what you get out of it. You know what I'm saying? But it's also how long you have to activate it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for instance, yesterday was my oldest son's birthday, right? Now, I had the knowledge 6, 7 years by now. You understand what I mean? Meaning, that's how long I had till shit got real. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, all this shit that I'm talking, now you really gotta apply it. Yeah, you know what I mean? And look, I ain't got no time, I can't come to the park, right? Like I got shit to handle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I gotta now, you know, like, see, you first get the knowledge, right? Even though this is not our lesson, but it flows with it. Just to say that, you know, first you get knowledge and understanding, right? You know, you deal with freedom, justice, and equality with the brothers, you know, you social, all this stuff like that, you know, and you get the food, clothing, and shelter. Now this is, you know what I mean? This is a little more concrete. You know what I'm saying? What you calling freedom, justice, and equality, it might be different to different people. You know what I mean? But food, clothing, and shelter is that, yeah. This is now we get to things that can actually be measured and quantified. You see what I mean? Like that's what the science with this knowledge is that, you know, people here is talking about a lot of different concepts, right? And think that that's what it is. And then that's when you run into difficulty trying to be this, right? Because shit is real. And if you ain't never make the connection that, nah, yeah, that shit is real, and this is when you're supposed to apply this. You know what I mean? This is when it really means something. You understand what I mean? It's like, motherfucker, you know, look, anybody can tell the truth when they on the good side of it. You understand what I'm saying? That's when it really counts. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? When you're not on the good side of it, and then you can still tell the truth. Then you can say, yeah, you don't lie. That's what I'm saying. But, so, you know, those are the things when you really see, when we say standing on the square and all of that, you know, having your own foundation, that's when you really see. You know what I'm saying? Or we got a lesson that say he likes the devil because the devil gives him nothing, right? You know, the nothing doesn't mean zero, right? It means that what I got, this is some bullshit. This doesn't solve my problems and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it has weight and this is fucking tricky. You understand what I'm saying? So you know, that's the kind of where you at right now. You know what I'm saying? In terms of you know, you getting the knowledge and you know what you want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? In terms of, because you know when you deal with knowledge, right, it's on different levels. Meaning, you can have a 6-year-old child, right? And I can show them a picture of a car. And when they go outside, they'll see that car and say, oh snap, that's a car. But they don't know how to drive it. That's a different degree of knowledge where now they're involved. You see what I'm saying? Then you can have another person, right? They got a license and they can drive it, but they don't know how to fix it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all different knowledge depending on how active you're going to be with it. You understand what I mean? And what you actually want the knowledge for. You know, if you just want the knowledge, you're just learning the English language. So you just need to know how to communicate the idea that that's a car when you see it. Then it's good enough for you to just know about the picture. You know what I'm saying? But if you're trying to make a career out of it, you know, then you got to take your knowledge to, you know, some other higher level than that. You know, what you're going to do, you're going to drive them, you're going to fix them, you're going to make them, whatever. You're going to need more knowledge than just, that's a car. You see what I'm saying? So, that's you know, kind of where you at on your, you know, studying, you know, you said you've been around a lot of people, so, you know, a lot of this, I guess, is already, I'm probably repeating a lot of stuff you already know, you know what I'm saying? But in terms of you take it to the maximum level, right? You got fast 3 days, right? Just water, you know, while you fasting in 3 days, you know, first of all, you fasting in 3 days, right? You know, yeah, this is all of the dietary aspect of it, right? But more importantly is the mental aspect of it, right? You know, because like we saying, you know, mind over matter, right? We saying that, you know, you just seeing my body is not the entirety of my existence. That's why, you know, most people would look at us and say, well, yeah, you can't be God because, you know, you wasn't here before acorns was here or something, right? But now you just measure me by this physical composition, right? But we know that the matter that this is made of, right, has always existed, right? This is the same amount of time as that acorn or any other atom in the whole universe. These atoms was here at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? You know, so just saying that fasting is one of the ways that you can demonstrate to yourself, right, that your mind is more powerful than your body. It's more powerful than your stomach, you know, because food is something that you need, right? But, you know, at least in America, it's turned into something that you just want. You know what I'm saying? We eat shit that we want. We don't eat.
You don't eat to
Yeah, right. Yeah, we don't eat to live. Yeah. We live to eat. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Just showing that you have that amount of mind power, right? It's a small thing. But if you can control that, which is something that you need, right, then you've started to develop your mind power in a way that you can use it. You see what I'm saying? That type of discipline, you can apply that throughout life. You understand what I'm saying? You know, that's the real reason why you fasting. You understand what I mean? So what I'm saying is that you got people that they already don't eat pork. They might already be vegan. You see what I mean? But that's not all what it's about. You see what I mean? Because if you've been eating pig your whole life, you're not gonna fast 3 days and then you purify. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, it's about, you know, dealing with that, and then at the same time, right, you know, you're going through, you know, reading, you know, studying things, you know, because the mind is going to be stimulated, because the body is not, you know, that's why they tell you different things you're doing. Don't eat too close to that time. You see what I mean? Because now your body has to devote blood and nutrients and everything to digestion. You see what I mean? But now once they don't got to do that, now all those nutrients is free, you know, to flow to your brain, you know, amongst, you know, everywhere else. But I'm saying, yeah, you use that time, you know what I mean, to do some studying. But I'm saying that's, you know, when, you know, after that, that's when you get supreme mathematics. You know what I'm saying? You know, other than that, you know, like I said, that's a decision you gotta make, whether you wanna, you know, be this, or, you know, be about this or learn about this. You understand what I'm saying? You know, if you wanna learn about it, you know, the door is open. You know, this is the school or whatever. You know, you come different times and build with brothers, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, a certain period of time, see, you know, for me, that would be religious. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, here's the thing. You know, here's the math. Here's the same math I got. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm not, you know, Moses or any of these holy people that whoever you read about and whatever books that you got. You know what I'm saying? You know, when I say that the black man's God, that means you too. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, so see certain times, like we got a saying where we say universe, right? We all in the you and I verse, there's no big U's and little I's, right? So a lot of times people say that to the person that might be getting a little bit big-headed.
Might be egotistic.
Yeah, right. But see, at the same time, it's to the eye too. Don't try to be over there in the corner saying we got shit to handle. Saying you can't be little eye. You got to come out here with. You understand what I'm saying? So at a certain time, it's like, yeah, you know, you coming around, you know, and you know you building, but at the minute you kind of bloodsucking. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not adding on and shit. You know, you coming around and you getting all this knowledge, you know, not even to say you adding it on with the same brothers, but if you go back to your neighborhood, right? You know, like I was telling people, you know, people say they have a hard time in their neighborhoods with teaching people, right? But really that's because you're not coming to the aid of the people that need it. You're not really living it out where, you know, we say self is savior. Like, look, it's gotta be a little kid that wants to go across the street. He can't right now, he's too young to go. You know what I'm saying? He's standing right here because he don't want to get in trouble. You know what I mean? It's gotta be something where the people could know you and say, oh yeah, that's the guy right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, oh no, yeah, you know the guy, yeah, he look out for everybody. And, you know, just like you got people that is attracted to negative, you got people that's attracted to positive. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna see that and be like, yo, what's that about, man, that you be dealing with that always have you, know, why are you, you know, different from everybody else? And then that's when you get your chance to tell them that, you know, this is what I use right here to, you know, keep myself where I'm supposed to be. You know, you can learn it too. You see what I'm saying? But if you just going out and you trying to tell people, you trying to convince people that you got,
don't force feed them.
yeah, you gotta go out there and show them that you got. You see what I mean? They gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I don't know. You got any questions?
No, everything. No, not really. Nah, I have no particular question.
Yeah.
Like everything I was gonna ask, you answered. Basically, that's what it is. Like you said, you're supposed to be able to help others without knowledge. But you only can help those who seek knowledge. Not to go force it on nobody, and like you said, let it come naturally. Mm-hmm. Like you said, I guess the universe let them know that you're about that life, like you're about what you are.
I mean, people see it, you know, and then, you know, a lot of things too, like I was telling people, right, that, you know, when I was getting knowledge the 1900s, right, so we say one is knowledge, now it's the 2000s, right, so two is wisdom, right, so what I'm saying is that, you know, having knowledge and, you know, just teaching the knowledge, that was enough in that time. Right? But we say wisdom is wise words and actions, right? Now we gotta go beyond the words to the actions where the people see. Like a lot of people out there, right? They wanna be positive, but in their situation, it's the people that's negative that's getting all the benefits or they got all the resources. So to a large degree, that's why people is following that, because the people who's negative, they executing on that negative shit. Like niggas who say, look, I shoot, they shoot when they go outside, right? So if you say you teach, you gotta teach when you go outside. You know what I'm saying? Or the people is not even gonna see that, they're not gonna see the resource of it, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever it might be, you know, one of the greatest things you can do, right, is resurrect yourself up perpendicular. You understand what I mean? Meaning like, look, you know, one of the most influential brothers in America in terms of, you know, this type of talking that we doing is Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? And that was that was one of the attractive things of his story, right? Because there was a lot of people who you in the same situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing when somebody's telling you when you in first grade, don't go that direction, right? But it's another thing when you see in the story, like, yeah, damn, so this nigga was in jail too. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was doing all this stuff, like, he didn't have no other shot either, and then he got involved with this, and he became that. The other people is, yeah, I want to get down with that.
They can identify with this.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You know, somebody, you know, that, you know, I can look at him and see an example. I can look at him and see a blueprint. You know what I mean? And then now, once they find out that, you know, you're not on no big eye little you shit. You know what I mean? That yo, you would get in the blueprint of how to do it. You gotta try to figure it out. You know, that's the simple ways to do it. You know what I'm saying? Other people, they go out there and try to learn all this fancy, obscure facts to beat people in the head with. You know, like that's gonna change everybody's situation. You know, people need to know stuff that's going on right around us right now. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people that look, they can tell you everything about 10,000 years ago.
Make yourself sound more intriguing.
Yeah. See, I'm not one of them. Like all that debate stuff. See, to me, all that debate stuff is like the dunk contest. Would be like, nah. I play the game now.
Keep straight to the point. You understand that? I understand that.
You know what I'm saying? But so you know, other than that, I mean, we here tomorrow. Sunya is supposed to be in at Sunya. I think he comes in at 5 now, either 5 or 6. Saturday, did you take a picture of
I took a picture of the wall.
Yeah, because usually I'm not here on Wednesdays. I just happened to come in and see Kaheem, and then we was talking, and then you came back. we didn't think he was coming back. Like a lot of people say they're coming back. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, usually I'm not even here on Wednesdays. You know what I mean? But you know, you got the picture right there. You know, Saturdays is good to come to the last shot class. You know what I'm saying? And where you rest at?
Right, I'm right up the block on 127th between Frederick Douglass and St. Nicholas.
All right, so yeah,
I just moved in the neighborhood.
Yeah, you being around here, you can, you know, it's open from 9 to 9. You know what I mean? So, you know, this is one of them things where it's like, you know, it's good to have one person that you're learning from, because you don't want things to get you confused, but at the same time, this is a whole culture. You know what I mean? So you gotta interact with all different people. So you might, you know, come around different days. You got time. You see somebody, you know, you come through, talk to people if you got a question or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when you decide when you're ready to do, then let us know you fasting your 3 days.
All right. I can start anytime fasting.
Yeah. Whenever you ready. And keep that notebook too, because here you write your own book. Like, see, you know, you go with the Muslims, they give you the Quran. When you go on the Christians, they give you the Bible. See, here you write your own book. So, you know, after you fast your 3 days and you start getting your mathematics, that's like Genesis. See what I'm saying?
What do you mean writing my own book? What would I be documenting my
Your book of life. You know, all the things that you learn here, you know what I'm saying, all your studies, you know, things that you know, you need to deal with your growth and development, you're gonna put it in that book. You see what I mean? Like, you know, you probably seen people with copies of the lessons, but I don't really give out the copies. You write it down yourself. You know, then you're gonna, you know, it's you know, the time you put into anything, you know, that's gonna, it's gonna mean something to you. You know what I mean? Even in terms of, you remember back in the days when old people used to say, yo, look at me when I'm talking to you?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Because 2 senses is better than 1. You know what I mean? You looking and listening. So it's the same way that muscle memory of you writing it is something different. You know what I mean? Just like, you know, you could probably cut somebody's hair without even looking now because you got this, yeah, you see what I mean? So you learning by seeing it, you learning by speaking it, you learning by writing it. It's just reinforcing. You see what I mean? Because see, we gotta have it called like this because, you know, our life is online, right? You know what I'm saying? From us and them, our life. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta have stuff like this. We can't be flipping through the pages and shit when things is going on.
Sure.
You know, plus another thing I remember, you know, we older, but this is for children. You see what I mean? So, you know, kids ain't gonna sit there the whole 900 pages of the Bible or whatever. You see what I mean? But 120 lessons, they was able to give us that. And, you know, now, of course, you got to go through more studies. You know, all the details in the universe is not going to be inside of 120 lessons, but you've been pointed in the right direction, right? So you might not know, you know, how we got here, how we got in this situation, right? 120 lessons got that in there. But then you got to go through the details of each situation. You know what I'm saying?
I see you have boxing for youth here?
Yeah. On Sundays, yeah, we have 7 to 19. It's free. You just gotta.
Oh, you 7 years old? My son's 6.
I mean, he can do it, but he gotta pay attention. That's the issue. Is that once you go below 7, they lose focus. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if he can focus, he can. You know. But yeah, it's free. Just they gotta be here by 2 o'clock. Like at 2:30, just stay on.
At 2 o'clock they gotta be.
2 o'clock.
What do they need like to participate?
I need nothing. I mean, like, you know, you can get them some blood. Yeah. You know, if you want to do that, but nah, we got all that stuff. You know, plus, you know, when they
what about
first,
girls? Can you teach girls too?
Yeah.
I'm ready to go for my daughter too.
Yeah. The girls is actually we like the girls. They actually better because you know what it is? They come in knowing that they don't know how to fight. So they listen more. And they pick up.
Ego.
The dudes, it's like you tell them, hit the pass.
Right.
Like, nah, that's, you know, you see the girls, they know they don't know what they doing. So they quicker for some reason to pick it up. So far, all the girls, they was quicker to pick it up. So yeah, we teach them too.
All right. So we said 5 o'clock is the regular on days that the lessons.
5 o'clock is tomorrow, soon as.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Last shot is 1 o'clock on Saturdays.
What's your name?
Darkim Be Allah.
Darkim Be Allah.
Yeah. Peace.